Hello there, Jane. Well, the satellite picture tells the story, really, of the next couple of days. All our weather is racing across the Atlantic and moving up from the southwest. This is the cloud that will bring some rain late tomorrow. This is the cloud that will bring some rain into the south tonight. And that's the cloud there that we've seen bringing the rain across Scotland. And it's been particularly wet across central and southern parts of Scotland. And we've got a northeasterly wind in Scotland, which is also making it feel cold.
Hello there, good afternoon. Well, it's been mostly cloudy so far today and quite damp in places as well. But for this afternoon, it's largely dry with some bright or sunny spells breaking through the cloud and temperatures tomorrow reaching around 14 to 16 Celsius.
Hello again. Well, I reckon I've got about 10 seconds before this little lamb jumps off. Are you okay? The weather is almost looking and sounding worse than it is. We've got quite a lot of rain coming overnight. The daytimes aren't too bad. That said, a bit of a wet and windy start for some tomorrow morning. And then afterwards, some showers still coming through, but they're hit and miss. You might, oh, do you want to go? Off you go. You might get some sunny spells as well. And then as we go through the week, it gets a bit warmer, particularly on Saturday, probably the warmest day of the year so far, but we're also going to see the winds picking up too. And, oh, hello pigs, and maybe a bit of rain here or there. You can tell I'm on the farm. Also wanted to point out that we've got quite high levels of birch pollen at the moment. They certainly were today. They might moderate a little bit as we go into tomorrow, which might ease things for you if you're feeling uncomfortable.
Good evening to you. And well, it's pretty easy actually to tell what the main weather type's been over the last few days, and that has been rain. We've had more rain today, low pressure the reason why.
For this year though, the tulips will be in bloom here for another month. Victoria Bourne, BBC London, Turner's Hill.
Right, from tulips to the weather, because Ben Rich is with us. Ben.
They'd look nice in a bit of sunshine, wouldn't they, Alpa? Well, that was in short supply today. A lot of cloud overhead. That cloud produced a little bit of rain here and there. There were some brighter glimpses as well.
Alex is enjoying a view of the Solent from Lymington Pier on the south coast of England. But Alex, still feeling pretty soggy for many of us.
Well, Lucrezia, it certainly has been a very up and down day for many parts of the UK. But here at Lymington Pier, it's not actually been too bad throughout much of today. There was a few breaks in the cloud, certainly in the harbour here, and things weren't too bad. But we do have a weather front approaching at the moment. At the moment, it's dry here, but we are certainly on the edge of it. But as I say, things will be turning a little more unsettled as we head through the next couple of hours or so. And in fact, we are going to keep more April showers coming through as we get through the next few days, not just here, but across many parts of the UK. And as you may have been hearing, the March stats are in, and you won't be too surprised to know that it was 27% wetter than average across the UK. We had 1 degree above the mean average temperature and 13% less sunshine as well. And that continues to be the case for many parts of the UK as we head through the next few days. But as we roll the air mass sequence, you'll notice that we do get that warmer feed of air, which I've been talking about over the last couple of nights. I'm going to show it to you again, because there is talk that now by the time we get to the weekend, we could be looking at highs of 21 degrees Celsius somewhere in the southeast, which is quite a few degrees above average for the time of year. Well, as we head through the rest of this week, there's going to be a real mix of rain, wind, sunny spells, but as I say, warm sunny spells with those temperatures rising as we head towards this coming weekend in particular. So there you go, Lucrezia. Warmer by the weekend, but with that low pressure moving in, it does mean the wind's whipping up. So if you can get out of the wind and in some sunshine, it's not going to feel too bad at all.
All right, I'll do my best. Alex, thank you.
The royal family is opening the doors to its Scottish residence. Balmoral Castle for the first time ever this summer. The public will get to see inside the castle, which was built by Queen Victoria in 1856. Tickets are limited to just 40 a day. They'll cost £100 and visitors can even sit down for afternoon tea for an extra 50 quid. Now, before we go to the weather, it's just before 6:30. But what time is it on the moon? Well, we don't know, which is why the White House has told NASA to establish a unified standard of time for the moon. The aim is to set international norms in space ahead of moves for a more permanent presence there. Moon time is different from Earth time because of its weaker gravity, as Scotland's Astronomer Royal, Professor Catherine Haymans, explains.
The way we define time here on Earth is using atomic clocks. Now, if you took those atomic clocks up to the moon, they would run slightly faster because the gravity on the moon is less. You might remember the pictures of the astronauts when they landed at the Apollo missions, they bounce up and down. That's because the gravity is less on the moon. And the consequence of that, the sort of the fundamental nature of gravity, is that the clocks run faster.
I don't know, what is it, 7 o'clock on the moon, Ben Rich?
That is a
10
physics
o'clock? Who
equation.
knows?
I can't quite wrap my head around that. I'm going to stick to the weather if that's all right, Clive.